Howdy gang, Jeff from G's Gear, knocking out more videos today in the shop for items that we're about to list on our store at reverb.com. And here is a really sweet 1971 Harmony H165-1. What's that? We're used to seeing the H165s. I get a lot of those in. But this is a 165-1. It was only made for 1 year in 1971. And all that distinguishes it from the 165, two things: the rosette around the sound hole here and a truss rod. It's the only time the 165 ever had a truss rod. They had, I should say, an adjustable truss rod. They had the steel reinforced necks forever, which was a non-adjustable rod, truss or otherwise, in there. But this is a really nice guitar. It's all mahogany. It is effectively, well, the 165 began in about 1945 as Harmony's answer to the very popular Martin all mahogany guitars. Originally, the 165 was a much larger instrument with more of an hourglass shape to it. But by the end of the 1950s, it had settled into more of an OM size body. It's about a 15 and a quarter inch body here. And it is most closely equivalent to a Martin 00017. So this is all Honduran mahogany, top, sides, back, neck, Brazilian rosewood fretboard, Brazilian rosewood bridge. Had to have a little bit of work done to it, not a whole heck of a lot. We took the tuners off, cleaned and lubricated them. They are original. They work just fine. We leveled and crowned the frets. We took the neck off, gave it a complete neck reset, and put a new bone saddle in, replacing the plastic saddle that Harmony used. And it now has an action that's 5/64ths of an inch on both sides. And it's strung with Diodario silk and steel strings. I love these guitars, but I really love them with the silk and steel strings. It just gives them this bluesy, warm, deep sound that otherwise you don't get. As a tone wood, the mahogany is very hard. And if you put phosphor bronze strings or just regular steel strings on the thing, it can get kind of tinny and brittle sounding. But with the silk and steel strings, it's really mellow. It's nice. It's a wonderful guitar, I think, for a singer-songwriter. Wonderful guitar for folk music, for blues music, because it's just got that lived-in kind of a feel to it. So so we did the neck reset, level and crown the frets, new bone saddle, touched up a good number of little nicks and dings on the body. They're all minor, all, just superfluous little things. There's a little bit, I don't know if you'll see it here, but you'll see it on the website pictures. On the back of the guitar, it appears to me as though the guitar sat in a case on top of something, maybe a vinyl guitar strap, and it had a chemical reaction with the finish. There are a couple little stripes in here where the finish has sort of alligatored. You have to get it in just the right light to see it. It's nothing that's, damaging to the guitar in any way. Just a little less than flawless. Other than that, it's really sweet. It's really sweet. I like playing country blues music on it, but you can also play with a flat pick on the thing, and we'll do that in a minute. It plays cleanly up and down the fretboard. There's no buzzing or fretting out. I'll just run you through that one real quick. and down the fretboard. And I've said this before because I actually do quite a few videos of Harmony H165s. We get a lot of them in. We look for them. They are just such wonderful instruments, and at the price point, I think they're the very best value in vintage American acoustic guitars out there. If you were buying an all mahogany Martin from the 60s or 70s, you would probably be spending at least $2,500, maybe over $3,000. Here, you're going to get a wonderful mahogany guitar from Harmony that was made to compete with those Martins, and it's going to come in at a price point under $800. You can't do that. You can't get old growth tone wood on guitars today. It's a one-piece back. You don't get one-piece backs. Everything's multi-pieced. Yeah, this was really good stuff. Brazilian rosewood fretboard, you can't get that at all. I can't ship outside the country because of these things. Really warm. Just a beautiful, beautiful blues kind of a sound on this thing. Fantastic little guitar. Fantastic little guitar. The neck's dead straight. The action is very, very comfortable. The silk and steel strings are perfect for this instrument. It's got a new bone saddle. What's not to love? I'm feeling as I'm playing this, there was a little abrasion here that we touched up. Just a couple little finish nicks, and that's really all that this one had. That and needing a neck reset, and they all do. All these Harmonies need neck resets. I've been putting this on a few of the videos. Not everybody watches all the videos. Harmony was the biggest manufacturer of musical instruments in the world and dwarfed everybody else. But to produce instruments in the volume that they did, sold not only as Harmony, but as Alden, as Airline, as Silvertone. They made instruments for all sorts of other companies. To turn that stuff out in a production sense, corners were cut. And one of the chief corners that we find was that they didn't shim the necks particularly accurately. They relied on using a lot of hide glue to just hold everything in place. And so, now you have a guitar here that is 53 years old. And over that time and under tension, the necks pull free. So you always see these with unplayably high actions. And sometimes because they're ladder braced, sometimes they need some internal bracing to make them right. Not so much on the mahogany guitars because the wood is so hard. It really keeps its shape well. But they all wind up needing neck resets, and we give them neck resets. If we're going to that trouble, we do all the extra work too. We do the crowning and leveling. We check the nut slot heights. We get everything cherried up, and the guitar is ready to go. So this one's at Reverb, at G's Gear at reverb.com, and it'll be there for a day, for two, for a week. It'll probably go pretty quick. There's a good demand for these. So stop by. If this one's not there, we'll have others because I always keep these in stock. and we have a lot of other really cool acoustic and electric guitars. So we'll see you there. We'll play something to take us out, and we'll see you on the flip side.